Okay, what's up, YouTube? All right, so we got some interesting news, pretty good news, that just recently happened on Twitter regarding HCS, 343, Esports Engine, and all of the above, according to the pros. So let's get right to it and let's check this out. So for a little bit of context, basically we're talking about HCS Worlds. A lot of the players were not happy about the format. Basically, what was happening was there were these all these teams that would be playing, right? And they would qualify for Worlds, the top 12 teams, I believe. Normally, the way it happens at every LAN is that you had 5 teams in each group, and they are 4 teams that would be qualifying via points and playing in the automatic, like in the pro pool play. And then the 5th team of each group played in the open bracket and then would qualify to play in the pool play. Since they are only allowing a certain amount of teams to go into Worlds, they basically made a rule where 4 teams would be playing in each pool. Let me see if I can find this one here. So the pool play would happen where 4 teams would play, and the top 2 would then move to the championship bracket, and the bottom 2 of each pool gets eliminated. Essentially, what will happen is that these teams will show up to Worlds, and you could potentially only play 3 best of 5s, and you're instantly eliminated. A lot of the players did not like this, and I'm going to use Spartan as an example because he's always very vocal about things, and it's really good. Basically, he's saying, I did my part, not happy about the tournament, and saying pretty sure some form of emergency meeting needs to be called out about the format of Worlds. I cannot speak on other players' behalves as to why it was not brought up sooner. I can only say I didn't know until recently when I Googled the waypoint post and found the format. Basically saying you travel on the 18th and you'd be there for almost a week, the biggest tournament of the year, to potentially only play 3 matches and be done. The format has no reason to change from majors, basically meaning what we were looking earlier, like we were looking at Orlando, which was the top, like I said, top 2 teams would move to the championship bracket. The 3rd team of the pool play would then go into elimination bracket right away. They'd be on the lower bracket. The 3rd and 4th team plays, very least 3rd place should be going to losers. So there you go. Teams traveling all across the world to play the biggest tournament to potentially barely play any Halo, especially teams who might get placed in a more unbalanced pool than others. A losers round 1 for 3rd place in pools needs to be added for competitive integrity in order to ensure the best teams are making the tournament as competitive as possible. So Spartan said this, and a lot of other pros hopped up to this, and they started talking about it, even started tagging people. They were all talking about it, and it started to become a copy pasta, which is funny. But yeah, no, like they really started talking about it, which then Tashi puts out a huge tweet. We are looking at Halo World Champ format to see what we can do. Heard the feedback loud and clear. We wouldn't expect a big overhaul at this point, but hoping we can make some minor tweaks to have a meaningful impact. That's huge. The fact that, you know, they were saying like, oh yeah, we hear you out. We're trying our things. Players were throwing out different ideas and trying to do like maybe like Swiss groups to decide which would encourage more people playing. Because if we look at this real fast, if we go to like, let's say Rocket League for a good example, they do Swiss events, which is huge. I always love the way they did. If we go here real fast, they would have these closed qualifiers, and essentially there's your Swiss. You had your 16 teams, and the top 8 teams would move on to the main part, which is the playoff brackets, and the bottom 8 teams would be eliminated. And the way it worked is when you win 3 games, you're in, and when you lose 3 games, you're out. So essentially it was like a triple elimination tournament. And that was one of the ideas that they brought up here with the Swiss, which would be, in my opinion, it'd be a lot better. The thing is, one of the things that they wanted to talk about was there's time and everything that has to be going on. There's a lot going on, you know. They're jam-packed with a lot of games happening all at one time, so they have to consider, you know, their budget, their timing, and all that stuff. So they made Tashi made an announcement. The new format, the old was 3rd and 4th would be eliminated. New is 3rd place team goes to elimination bracket round 1. 4th place will be eliminated. So there's only 4 teams essentially that could be knocked out and not get to the championship bracket. It just makes the pool play a little bit more important and not just knocking everyone out. But this is a really good thing to talk about because there are things, again, that a lot of people don't think about going on in the back end. And one of them is, as many of the major decisions like this, there are always trade-offs. More matches on B stream rather than just focused on mainstream. They want to try to have more on the mainstream. No time for show match. Not a big deal. I mean, show matches are fun and everything, but in my opinion, we want to see the event. More matches on Sunday, not a big deal. Additionally, this means the broadcast experience is stretched thinner across more matches. So that's one of the things, again, that's like budgeting and stuff like that, where a lot of our casters will start to be moving around a lot more, and it can get a little hard. And I really like this one. Exploring this change required immediate coordination across dozens of people on multiple teams for 343 and Esports Engine. Glad we were able to mobilize quickly and make a fast decision. A thank you to everyone involved from broadcast, graphics, competition, event logistics, etc. Takes an army. And he's right. It takes a lot of people to do what we just get to experience, just competing, going, watching it. It takes a lot of people to do it. So this is huge. I mean, this is great. It shows that, Tashi is listening, 343 is listening, Esports Engine is listening. I personally still think that 343 shouldn't have as much control of the esport, kind of like back in the day of MLG and Bungie, but that's a discussion for another time. But this is still big. It just shows that like they hear him out, and it's only the pros that are going to be at the event, so no one else gets affected. I just posted a video up about people saying like, oh, the game is trash and this and that, blah 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 blah. And there's another video coming out very soon talking about why we should listen and why we shouldn't listen to pros. So this one is just strictly, we are just focusing on the World Championships, and it shows that these guys are listening. And that's huge. I'm very happy about that. Thank you to Tashi. Thank you to everyone involved in the Esports Engine and the 343 side of esports. Like I said, it takes an army. I know I've run a lot of events myself. I've ran an esports org by myself. It takes a lot of people to do stuff like this. So good on them. I can't wait for Worlds. I did want to do a watch party all weekend, but unfortunately I'll be away for that Saturday and part of that Sunday. So hopefully I'll be able to get back for the grand champion at least. So, if you want to watch along with me, we could talk about stuff like this and moving forward into season 2. I have a video that I plan to actually record and edit soon. Kind of like a note to Tashi about season 2. I know he probably has a lot of it already planned, but my ideas are out and going to be out there for him. They can always do last minute changes like this. But yeah, there's a lot of different ideas that I have, so that'll be going. But if you want to come and chat with me, talk more about Halo esports in general, come join me at twitch.tv/randomize_v. All the links in the description down below, talking about everything that we were here and for my live stream. So thank you very much for watching. Make sure to like if you like, dislike if you don't. Leave a comment on what you think is going to happen at the Worlds. Let's predict who do you think is going to win Worlds. I'm cheering on for FaZe Clan. I love Spartan, but I'm also a G1 fan. So either one of those teams will make me happy. But yeah, come to my stream. Let's talk about it. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.